What's going on, family? Yo, what's going on, guys? First of all, guys, let me know. Can you hear me and can you see me? Drop a one in the chat if you can hear me and see me clearly. Drop a one in the chat. What's going on, family? Guys, it's been definitely an interesting morning. I'm fired up, guys. I am fired up. It's been an interesting morning. I love what I do, guys. I love just being alive, man. For real, guys. Like dead serious. I just love being alive, man. So without further ado, guys, let's get into it. Let me just make sure my music is set up, guys. I know I gotta have me some tunes, but definitely, if you've been making money this week, guys, I need some flames in the chat. I don't need no sevens. I don't need no hearts. I need some flames if you've been making money. It don't have to be from me. It don't have to be from Nisha. As long as you've been making money trading, guys. Let me see some flames in the chat, guys. Let me see some flames. If not, we're going to try to fix that problem, guys. Can't guarantee, but we're going to try to fix that problem. Hope y'all feeling good. Why is my thing not coming up? Hope y'all feeling good, man. So let me get set up real quick, guys, and we'll go into it. Our topic today, guys, is going to be trading triangles, right? Trading triangles. So if you're not familiar with that, clearly you haven't gotten that far in the academy, but that's okay because as long as you understand the three ways the market move, using trading triangles will be kind of elementary. You know what I'm saying? Elementary, Watson. Let me get my vibe. All right. All right, guys. So obviously, if we're doing trading triangles, what better way to sell it off or tip it off, guys, than to bring up the DXY. The DXY. If you guys notice, I've been talking about the dollar heavily, right? One, because I've been strong on my fundamentals. I want you guys to implement the same thing. But two, that's our country's currency. So why wouldn't we figure out what our country's currency is doing? Because if we're spending that money, we need to be able to capitalize off that money, guys. So again, trading triangles, but I got to do a top-down analysis because it just makes sense, guys. I don't ever just try to jump into something saying, "Hey, man, let's just look at this," and this is what I'm trying to show you guys. And now you're like, "Well, how do I even apply that, Antoine?" So, guys, if you don't know who I am, my name is Antoine Boatwright. I'm out of Columbia, South Carolina. If you're new within 30 days, I know we just had some newcomers yesterday and I believe this morning. So Antoine Boatwright, guys, out of Columbia, South Carolina. I'm just one of the traders, guys. I don't really like the title of master trader. I think we're all on our journey to mastering this skill set, but I just am like the middleman. I'm the middleman that helps dim down that confusion that you may have within the academy, guys. But have I made, pretty nice money, trading on my own? Absolutely. But guys, I'm an advocate to say that I'm a product of the product. Had I not discovered I am, there would be no Antoine Boatwright, the trader. You know what I'm saying? So really use what you got in front of your faces, guys, because it's a powerful tool, whether you believe so or not. So anyway, let's look at the dollar index, guys. Now, what I want to do, guys, is us focus more on not necessarily just the analytics, but the fundamentals of things, guys. That plays a big factor into if you're in the right direction or not. Now, if you've ever seen my charts before, you're probably like, Antoine, your chart looks kind of different today, right? That's because I have the MACD, guys. I have been heavy on divergence and convergence. What I'll probably do to go into detail, guys, I'll probably save that for Thursday because we only got a limited time here. I want to keep it as not basic, but intermediate as possible, guys. Intermediate as possible, right? So if we look at the dollar, guys, right? The dollar has been trending up. I mean, oh my gosh, nothing has been stopping it. I have resistance zones. It's just been literally blowing through that, guys, right? So the dollar has been heavily bullish. Now, on the fundamental side, the investors are saying that we believe that the dollar is still going to remain bullish, yo. So you have, documented analysts or people that are experienced in this field that are saying that, yo, the dollar doesn't look like it's slowing down at all. Guys, 9 times out of 10, those people have access to information we don't. So it behooves you, if you're listening to Bloomberg, if you're looking at the data based off of fundamentals, guys, to listen to what these men and women are saying and use your technical analysis. Now, I always go for my technicals first, then I apply the fundamentals, guys, right? So week time frame, what trend are we in, guys? Y'all let me know. I don't know what trend we're in. This is my first day trading. What trend are we in?
Visit Asana.com to try for free.
Uptrend.
Awesome. Appreciate you for coming off the mic, brother. Uptrend. I see, we got some stuff. Okay. Uptrend. Awesome. Larry Mark. All right, awesome. And shout out to you guys for making money this week. Definitely, that is a testament, man. If y'all don't see what has been going on in the chat, you better strap your seatbelt on, right? But anyway, guys, uptrend, right? So the market is in an up formation or bullish or buying, whatever the case, whatever your terminology is for you to understand that the market is buying. But that's not saying that the market is buying on these lower time frames. We're going to pretty much break down each time frame to try to figure that out, guys, and figure out where I need to apply my trade triangle, because it's not a generic thing where it's like, well, because I know how to use it, I just start slapping it on everything. It's only in scenarios when you're a little bit confused, and I'll understand the details of trading triangles as we go into it, guys, right? So if you look at the dollar index right now, guys, the dollar has been pretty much recovering from a bearish move that it made. I believe that was last night, guys, that we saw that move. Was that last night? I think that was last night. Why am I asking? I could just look at it. 17, blah, blah, blah. What's today? The 20th? Yeah, yesterday. Pretty much yesterday, guys. So yesterday, the market made an aggressive move to the downside. I believe we caught that, didn't we? Yeah, okay. I'm trying to remember what we caught it off of. So that's when yesterday. So you guys were trading AUDU. Why do I feel like time has just been like, that was like a week ago? Anyway, you guys were trading AUD JPY with Nisha, right? So AUD snapped to all yen pairs pretty much did this move right here, guys. All yen pairs did that. So, I mean, with the exception of maybe like one, you know what I'm saying? I know I was trading USD JPY, so it sold. I saw AUD JPY sell. I didn't sell it. GBP JPY sold. So what does that tell you, guys? If you're new, you kind of see the similarities. Okay, anytime I'm looking at a specific pair that may have the yen, the dollar, whatever currency that's attached to it, and there's other currencies that's influenced, maybe I need to look at those other pairs, because you could position yourself to where it's like, you could position yourself to where I don't know what's going on in the market, but because somebody analyzed it for you, or you analyze it yourself, you're coming to another pair that somebody else may not be trading, but it's a yen pair or a dollar pair. Now, if that move hasn't made, but you're watching these other moves unfold, obviously doing with technical analysis, guys, you can make a decision in the market where it's like you're not left behind, guys. So definitely food for thought. Keep that in your back pocket, guys, because a lot of people don't realize that, man, just because I missed out on this specific trade, if I was trading like GBP USD or GBP JPY, if I look at other pairs correlated to it, such as other yen pairs or other dollar pairs, Forex specifically, not like, metals or commodities or indices or things like that, guys, I could use that information to make a calculated. It's never educated, guys. It's calculated, because we are calculating these moves. We're not, to me, education sounds like I'm kind of guessing. Oh, based off of what I know. No. I'm being sure, because when we come into this market, even if we're wrong, we need to be sure. See what I'm saying, guys? But anyway, Fibonacci, we've been going into that a lot, guys. Now, here's the thing. Everything that happens in the market is still like a wait for it to happen. You get the information, you still have to confirm if that is valid, guys. So I know sometimes we jump into the market a little bit aggressively because we feel like the market may move in our favor that direction now, you know what I'm saying? And that's what they're anticipating, guys, right? They're expecting that you're going to move in that direction. You're going to be a little antsy, not patient at all, and pretty much jump in the market ahead of time. So anytime we calculate data, guys, we have to pretty much wait for those other forms of confirmations. And we went over that, guys. Let me get this out the way so y'all aren't distracted and I got a full screen. So 4-hour time frame. If you're looking at the 4-hour time frame right now, we are still in an uptrend, right? But we broke below these these support zones, guys. So if you're confused, like, well, Antoine, how are you finding these support zones? Guys, support hasn't broke right here. This was the last area that price stopped at. Now, That's not saying that price doesn't want to continue coming down. Hell, it can come all the way down here if it's so desired, guys. But based off of what we're seeing right now, we're at a standstill at 50%. That's good indication saying that, okay, the market may still favorably be to the upside, right? Because again, if we just drop our fib from our high to the low of just this section, guys, we're still in an uptrend unless the market wanted to try to collect more pips off of this overall move. And even then, we have another form of support, which would be down here at 38%, well, 382, guys. So that's pretty much saying that the market is still heavily in that direction if it was to come down here. But how many times have you guys ever really seen a 382? I very rarely, unless it's cryptocurrency on Forex, seen a 382% return and the market start being bullish or bearish, whatever direction. So I like to focus on the immediate high and low without getting too crazy, guys. And that's going to be in the form of this up and down movement right here. So even if you're new and you're like, well, Antoine, I don't know what you're drawing, all you have to care about is that when you run into Fibonacci, you need a low point, you need a high point. You draw that, you figure it out, because once it starts breaking these areas, now you can start looking at these lower areas or these higher areas, guys, if that makes sense, right? But I'm not going to stay on the 4 hour. I can still be manipulated on the 4 hour. So I need to break it down to each time frame until I kind of figure out what's going on, right? So I kind of figure out what's going on. Now we're seeing a little bullish momentum. That doesn't constitute that price is going to push up from here. But I like that we're at a level of support. So some of you may have been like, well, Antoine, other than Fibonacci, how'd you come to this determination? Well, to be honest, guys, I didn't draw my fib until I got this information. So normally I would draw the high and the low to see like, okay, but what you want to do is stop where price stops at. This is clearly a level of support. If you broke it down to a line chart, I got a dip right there, do I not? I got, you know, multiple dips right here, pretty much price playing around in this area. That can be a significant change where price can say, you know what, Horyuken, you know what I'm saying? Sure, you can. There we go, guys. If you play Street Fighter, you know what that means. That's the uppercut, guys. The uppercut. That's what we're going to call buy moves now. Shoryukens, guys. Y'all feeling that? Y'all probably ain't feeling that, but that's okay. I'm feeling it, yo. And I'm always feeling myself. So let's get it in, guys. But anyway, 1 hour time frame, right? So 1 hour time frame gives me a little bit more data that I can use based off of candlesticks. If you don't know what candle, like what price is telling you based off of candlesticks, you need to study a little bit more in the candlestick chart. That's not saying that you're lost. Even if you don't know candlesticks, you can still make money in this market. I'm not saying that because you don't know candlesticks. Well, let me just tell whoever signed me up today that I'm done because I don't know candles. Like, no, absolutely not, guys. You're going to learn this. But obviously, to be a little bit more accurate, you want to get that reading down with the candlesticks because it's like turning the page in the market as a book, guys. If you look at the market as a book, the data or the candlesticks give you more information, just like a book does as you turn the pages. As we're getting more data, we're turning the pages. Oh, okay, now I see what's going on. Now, this brings me to what our topic is going to be, right? Trading triangles, guys, right? Now, trading triangles, this isn't something where it's meant for you to predict. You know what I'm saying? It's meant for you to get a reading on what the market may be doing, right? So the last move we had was a sell, guys. And, you know, I'm more keen to say that if we hadn't hit this support zone, that price would probably still be pushing down. It has a lot of room to still push down, but we're at a level of support. So we're in a form of consolidation. Do you guys see that? That this is a form of consolidation? Drop a 7 in the chat if you see that this is consolidation. Not because I said it, but because you can literally see it yourself. And if you can't see it yourself, that's fine, guys. I'm gonna show you where it makes sense. Let me see. 7, okay. All right, okay. All right, what was that, 2 people? Okay, that's fine, guys. That's absolutely fine. If it's only 2 people, it's like, how's that consolidation, Antoine? This brings me to the trading triangles. Now, Christopher Terry talks about this on his sessions in the academy, guys. I like that he talks about that. Hold on real quick. I'm on the call, bro. I'm on my call. All right. All right, trading triangles, guys, right? So Normally, when you're looking at a trading triangle, it's normally where consolidation is forming up. Now, this is where you have to make use of it, guys. We're on the hour time frame, which is actually a good time frame to identify this. I'm glad that it was an hour and not like a higher time frame, because we could have been waiting forever. But what you want to do is, in these small, like just like how we're taught to draw a downtrend and an uptrend, obviously if you looked at this point, from this point on, price started moving in the uptrend, correct? From this point down, if you look at it, guys, just in case for you guys that for some reason are looking at your phone, if you're looking at your phone, I recommend you getting to a laptop or a tablet, or hooking it up to your TV or something like that, because trying to read this data off of a phone, I mean, some people did do it, but I say good luck, because I mean, I can't do it, guys. I used to wear glasses, so that ain't gonna be working for me. But anyway, guys, you see this high point where this wick is at? Now, you can cross these areas. That's fine, guys. That's absolutely fine, because this is the initial point of the downtrend. Anything that spiked higher, okay. And you see it's formed by wicks. So it really wasn't saying that I was trying to go out there. Now, the thing about trading triangles, guys, is that it's another form of consolidation in a triangle formation. So what people don't realize is that this is how you're supposed to be looking at trading triangles. All you can do is draw this up, and what you're supposed to be waiting for, guys, is validation of where price breaks out at. So think of it like this. Oh, I gotta do the color. So you see how it's not really moving anywhere, guys, right? If you really drew, well, let's do that. Let's give you guys even better depiction. So you're like, I think I see what you're showing there, Antoine, but I'm not sure. Well, let's show you guys, right? Let's do our level of resistance, and I'm gonna make it like just regular, so that way we're not like super confused with other distractions that's on the chart. And then our low point down here, right? So I'll probably make this green. Just or like a darker blue. Yeah, that'll work. So you see we have a resistance zone or a selling point, and we have a support zone, floor or buying point, guys, right? Now, we're never taught to buy in consolidation. The best thing you can do is wait for the breakout. And what trading candles is gonna, I mean, not trading candles, trading triangles is gonna give you guys, is just gonna give you that formation and squeeze itself. So imagine it like, I think I use this with somebody else, like toothpaste, right? So when toothpaste starts running out, guys, when you squeeze it, all of a sudden it bursts out, right? And it's not to a direction. So imagine this is our cap, but it's gonna burst out, you know, opposite way, meaning that if it bursts high, it's looking for a buy. If it bursts low, we're looking for a sell, right? So you got to look at the market in this scenario like this. The market is pretty much doing this. And then as it squeezes itself, as it gets to a point, you don't know where that point is going to be, but you're just in anticipation. So wherever the market decides to boom, spike up or spike down, you know, spike up or spike down, we now have the direction that the market is trying to travel as far as the hour time frame is concerned. Now, do you just enter right then and there? Absolutely not. What you have just established is now a potential area for you to buy back out. Now, if you already jumped in, understand you might be in the impulse and you might not be in, and I'm not talking about now, I'm talking about like if this scenario played out like that. If you jumped in already, you may have the impulse. So say it did, you know, push up, right? Now you have the impulse. How many pips was that? If in theory, right? Now this is like a vague way of doing this, guys. We obviously want to be more specific. DXY, 122 pips. Or is that 12? That's 12. I was like, what? No, that's 122 pips. That's crazy. But anyway, if we were trading the dollar index, guys, that would have been 122 pips. So what you have to look for, let's just treat this as, where's my eraser? Do I have an eraser on here? Isn't there an eraser on here, guys? I've never used the eraser. Where is it? I could have sworn there used to be an eraser on here. But anyway, guys, doesn't matter. Let's treat this as the buy, right? Let's treat this as the buy. Now that you have this information up here, right? So say that in theory, this was a buy up. Now, we're not trading the dollar index unless you guys want to, as far as you guys, your broker gives you access. KOT doesn't give you access to do this, and I think Hugo's Way may. I'm not sure. I know Trader's Way I can do it. And another broker, I think Fair Forex. But if you can trade the dollar index, use this information, guys, to start making calculated moves in the market. So as we're waiting for pretty much that toothpaste to squeeze out in whatever direction that, the toothpaste pretty much comes out, left or right, up or down, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty much our direction where the market is heading. Now, what the market will undoubtedly do is return back, not necessarily to your point of entry, because we all know that our point of entry may not be the right entry. It'll return back within this consolidation zone. So the best way for you is, like, if you wanted to just be in a safe space, is collect the consolidation zone, right? And the consolidation zone starts from where it really started consolidating, like on a miniature level. And what you would do is say, okay, let me see where the lowest and high, not the lowest, but the smallest low point and the smallest high point, right? So let's change it back to a candle to kind of see what's going on in the market, right? So once I got that, now I have a potential entry. If I drew this box all the way out. Now, guys, I don't do all this. Like, I just have the trading triangle. And once I get my information, I'm obviously creating my entry off of that. But if you needed to, you could draw a zone out where price consolidated the smallest. And that's probably the area where price is undoubtedly going to come back to. Ballpark area, guys. You can't be on point, especially with something like consolidation. But since we have a breakout, and as long as it's not a fake out, maintaining this direction, guys, we'll probably have a buy or, sell, whatever the market did, pushing the market up, guys. So when you're seeing, like, I don't know what the market is doing, the best thing for you to do is, like, one, step back, take a breather. When it's like, I want to enter, you guys know y'all get that itch. Everybody gets that itch where it's like, I got to enter in the trade. Calm down, like, take a second. Analyze what's going on. Like, take a breather, analyze what's going on. You'll never miss a trade, guys. I promise you. $7.8 trillion a day at this point, you'll make the money. I promise you. So don't be in a rut to pretty much say, oh man, I got to get up in this trade. You're collecting information to make the most calculated move. Understand that. All we are is scientists throwing out hypothesis, guys. That's how you got to look at it as a trader. Until you confirm your hypothesis, that's all it is. You see what I'm saying? That's all it is, guys. We're scientists trying to figure out what the hell is the market doing, and I have to collect data to make sure my data is validating what I'm seeing. Now, again, we know that our data can be, manipulated, or we can think we see stuff because we can't get over the human condition that we're human. You know what I'm saying? Even a machine can only go as hard as we can think for it to go. You see what I'm saying, guys? So trading triangle, perfect example of this. Let me back out. But you see, guys, everybody sees how it's like forming. And as price, starts to move down, you'll start to see a better, depiction. But you see how it's like squeezing on itself, guys, like it's collapsing on itself in a triangle. And eventually, whatever direction that market pops out at, that's the direction. But expect that when it does that direction pop, don't be like, oh, well, let me be as vague and go to where I put my point of my triangle. No, guys, if it popped down, then what you want to wait for is see how high or how low it'll be for it retest, guys, because this could be our initial, say we wanted to sell, right? This could be our initial entry, but what if price decides to pull back all the way up here? And if you look at the pip count, what is that? 396? 396. If you look at the pip count, 396. Almost 70 pip difference. Now, this is the dollar index, so obviously it's going to be different. But 70 pip difference, guys. You see how it makes a difference to wait for, wait for the market to come to you and gather the data instead of being like, it's at my entry, let me just take it. I don't roll like that, guys. I used to roll like that. Oh, it's at my entry. I know what I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. Be stuck in the market. Now, this is when I was only doing 0.01s. So I would be in the market for like a $7 drawdown or like $100. You can kind of do that. But do you want to continue doing that knowing that you're going to use higher lot sizes? No, you don't want to do that, guys. So you want to be as accurate as possible. You don't know, but as accurate as possible. I cannot emphasize that enough. Now, if we wanted to add a little bit more confirmations for, to make ourselves feel better, what we can do is start using, again, basic concepts of foreign exchange, guys. Is there a trend, right? We don't know, because what we need to do is wait for data. But if you just start it from this low point, we already have a second point of contact higher than this point. What does that create? That creates a higher low, correct? So if this doesn't break this line and close below and then retest and start acting like it wants to come down, then yeah, we can be confident in saying that, oh, well, price is probably going to rise up here. You see what I'm saying, guys? Again, everything is still data. It's never like, well, based off of this, no investor knows what the market is going to do. The only thing they can use is fundamentals and analytics in order to determine where the market may be going. And again, guys, you'll see it all the time that you're right, but you may not, but you may be right for only 20 pips, or you may be right, but you're early and the market snaps, but it took you out before it went in that direction. All these things that you're probably going to be exposed to, but it's, again, if you're waiting for the data and not having FOMO, like fear of missing out, guys, then you'll be able to consciously say, okay, I can wait for this. Even if I see it spike up, like, let's say, for example, I don't know, 50 pips. We've seen a 50 pip candle on like the 1 minute time frame before, knowing that it's like, nah, man, I missed the move. So I can't decide to get up halfway in the pip, because what if it decides to pull back aggressively back to entry? We don't know, guys. So waiting for the market to come to you will be the best bet. And using very simplistic things like trading triangles, guys, it'll put you in the best position to make a decision in the market, guys. I rhymed it. I wasn't even trying to, man. Bars. Drop some flames for them bars, guys. Bars, right? Anyway, let's look at USD JPY. I mean, US AUD USD. So I want to look at that because we did look at AUD JPY. So I want to see what AUD USD. It's a slower moving pair. So if you are new, prepare yourself. Like, this is a super slower moving pair, guys. You can't even, like, you can probably go to sleep, take a nap for like 4 hours and come back, and unless some news came out, AUD USD is probably still around the same area, or it just moved like maybe like 10 pips. What am I trying to get rid of? Oh, volume, right? So I want to start fresh. Let's start this fresh, right? Let's do this like none of us ever traded before. This is our first day trading. So let's knock that out, guys. Now, based off the time frame that I'm on, what is the overall trend, guys? Oh, my bad. Larry, I made you co-host, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, keep me updated on if people are asking questions and stuff like that, but I'm looking at the chat.
All right.
So the entry point just sounds similar to trend. In Destiny, in theory, the entry is wherever you see it start creating a new form of support or a new form of resistance. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why I said don't make it like at that point of the triangle, because what if it goes past that? What if your point of the triangle is off? You see what I'm saying? So we don't want to be generic, right? And you make it however, like when you're looking at the triangle, right? That's a good question too, before we go into AUD USD, guys, right? So when you're drawing the triangle, it's really however far you want to. There's no right answer to this, guys. I mean, I'm telling you, there's no right answer. You can try to be as perfect. Whatever you see makes you feel comfortable, right? So I extend it as far out as I need to if price hasn't squeezed and broke out anywhere. So you see price hasn't broke out pretty much this zone right here where my cursor's at, this resistance zone and this support zone. So I'll extend it as far as I see price, pretty much squeezing itself till it breaks out. Then I'll kind of know. That's why you don't want to just say, oh man, it's at the point of my triangle, let me buy or sell here. And like, nah, man, that's just to collect the data. That's not really for an entry point. Now, do you have some times that it bounced straight off of that? Absolutely. Oh yeah, I didn't have some crazy entries like, wow, man, that's crazy how that worked. But it wasn't because of my analysis. I promise. Now, it was because of my analysis, but it wasn't because of the tool, you know what I'm saying, of the trading triangle. It's because I obviously marked it up in a way where I pretty much made a sniper entry, you know what I'm saying, and I waited for the data to unfold. But you're never going to have it where it's like, oh man, I drew a point, because what if you draw messed up triangles? You know what I'm saying? What if the market isn't giving you the same movement on both sides? So your triangle is off. So you can't just rely on like, well, it's at the point. All that is just really to use data to depict what's going on, because the biggest thing is waiting for when price breaks out. When it breaks out, I gotta look to see where it returns. I can't say, oh man. So you can say, well, once it gets to the point of my triangle, I'm gonna buy or sell. You can say that. You just have to be okay with whatever trade that you're looking at, what the repercussions are if you're too early. You know what I'm saying? You have to wait for the breakout of the upside or downside. Right. You have to wake up. You have to wait for the breakout either direction, right? Hold on, guys. Looking at my gold real quick. Gold, I hope y'all caught that gold. I didn't throw no analysis out there, guys, but I said, hey man, I'm looking for bullish momentum way before gold snap, yo. And I even talk about gold because I want to see, I'm not going to tell y'all what I identified. I'm going to see if you guys, based off of you guys that have been on my call, if y'all can identify exactly what I probably saw in order for me to say, oh man, I think gold might be bullish, right? But anyway, AUD USD, guys, based off of the weekly time frame. What trend are we in? Y'all let me know. What trend are we in on a weekly time frame? We're talking from the weekly time frame now. What trend are we in? Did we already say this? I feel like did we already do this? Oh, we did that with the dollar index. That's why. I was like, man, this feels familiar. But whoever said that, you are correct. We are in an uptrend until proven otherwise. So any move that we make until we have, some type of low broken, we have to assume that price is probably going to be bullish, right? Overall, that doesn't mean that it's not going to sell back to support zones or buy to resistance zones, things like that, guys. So now we've identified the overall trend, which we do have 2 points of contact, right? Now we want to break it down to the daily. What the daily is going to allow us to do, guys. Let me clear this out too, since we already know it. Trade.
Quick question.
Yeah.
So when we are looking at the trading triangle and we see the breakout to the upside or the downside, at that point, it's we're going back to the basics of breakout and retest.
Oh, is that what you're just asking?
Yes.
Yeah, it's literally, so it's that, I'm glad you said that because that's what I meant to touch on. It's literally the triangle version of consolidation. So how you just mentioned it, Larry, like, yeah, you wait for the break and retest. Literally that simple. Guys, I have made, now, again, looking on the time frame, there could still be fake outs. It could be going the complete opposite direction. That's why identifying the trend comes in handy ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? But 9 times out of 10, guys, it at least is going to respect a support. It's going to respect the level of resistance if you're buying or selling. So once you get that move, just understand that may not be a Hail Mary, but if I'm only looking for 30 pips, I may find it in those trading triangles. If I'm only looking for 50 pips, I may find it in those trading triangles, especially if I'm somebody that's already moving at standards. You know what I'm saying? Or if I'm taking more aggressive trades that may move like a standard, like Nas. If I put Nas on a 0.03, that shit is like a standard. You know what I'm saying? So, just use it when, the situation arises. This isn't meant for you guys to, okay, trading triangle. Like, nah, man, it's when situations like that arise, when prices consolidating pretty much not in a rectangle formation, but in a triangle formation. And it's like, now I'm confused because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Even me, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh man, obviously price is going down. And I didn't even do no parameters. And just because I think what I see, like, no, guys, too many people get punched in the face because they think what they see. I have to wait and I have to see the return. Break, retest, very easy, right? I'm pretty sure somebody's going to use that and be like, dude, I can't believe that worked. Trust me, I had the same attitude when I found out that shit works. So anyway, guys, was that your only question, Larry?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay. So, guys, now that we're on the daily time frame, what we're going to do is we're going to identify these levels of support and these levels of resistance. What we're pretty much doing is trapping the market, guys, right? Now, I don't normally trap the market like this anymore because I can see it in my head without actually drawing. But if you're not familiar, you need to be drawing this out, guys. Now, because I know there's a high point up there, guys, I definitely see that. And somebody could argue, well, Antoine, why don't you get from do your zone from back? Because I think through the academy, it teaches you to start here and then go back. Well, what I want to capture is where the most relevant resistance is. And then if price starts making its way up here, I know to move this zone a little bit higher, right? I want to get the relevant resistance, guys, right? And pretty much the relevant resistance is anywhere that's going to create a level of resistance, 2 points of contact, right? Same thing here. And this will be considered your support, guys, right? So now we've trapped the market. We've literally trapped the market. And the only thing we're waiting for is, what are you about to do, Mr. or Miss Market? You know what I'm saying? We have 2 points of contact down here that created resistance. We have 2 points of contact down here that created support, right? Now, if we draw a fib, let's see just from this move, because this is a morning star, let's see in orientation as far as like AUD USD is concerned, what price may be doing, right? So 618 clean, 618 pushed up, right? But guys, what I normally try to do now is I try to see both directions, because this is a range in market. You can't say that the market is doing anything besides that the last move it made wasn't, well, the last big move it made was a bullish move, but the last aggressive move it made was a bearish move, right? So I like to get pretty much information from both sides, because I want to see, as far as this move on down, guys, what percentage are we at according to fib? I can kind of tell you something, right? Okay, we're at the 382. I already told you I don't really mess with the 382 like that, but there's a lot of liquidity up here that can push the market down. At this point, even drawing the fib, I would need to break it down to, you know, a more scale down into a smaller time frame, because the only thing I have up here is that the last move it truly made was a selling move, guys, right? That was the last move it made. What was that? April 6th? Oh, this was a couple days ago. So as far as we know it, the past couple of weeks, we've been selling, even though we have an overall understanding of what the trend may be. This is where it goes into these smaller time frames, what the market may be doing. Is it selling back to a better buy position? Is it buying to a better sell position? Things like that, guys. The only way you're going to know how that works is when you start breaking the market down to these smaller time frames. Now you can start to see a little bit more of what you may not have saw before, guys. But again, looking at this market, okay, let me grab fib of this. Oh, we already said that was a 618, right? Yeah, 618, that is super clean. Now here's the issue that you run into. That's at 618, but is that 618 valid to the upside, or is that 618 just a valid buy to a level of resistance? We have a level of resistance that the price is about to meet. Well, even if I didn't know that that was a level of resistance, because I read candles, I see that this is a what, guys? Y'all say it. This is my first day trading, so I don't know what this candle is. Let me know. What type of candle is this right here, where the wick is at?
OG?
Right here. Where's my... What type of candle pattern is that?
Mark, and that's the answer.
Yes, but no. Where did Mark answer at? I don't think Mark answered. Yes and no, Destiny. I'm looking for specifics.
Would that be an evening star, being that it's leading to a downtrend?
Yes, sir. Evening star. Yeah, and I saw you put it too, Destiny. Absolutely. Evening star that's getting close to this level of resistance. Now, we know when we have an evening star, normally it's signifying that the trend is going to be pushing down. We have an area down here where price decides to turn. What an evening star normally has is that it'll retest 50% or it'll retest full 100% of this market, guys, right? Now, what I would do is, because the only data that we have, one, we don't really have a true level of support. All we have is what looks like potentially a retest. Now, let's break it down on the hour just to make sure that there's nothing hidden there. So, I mean, I guess you can see this as a triple bottom. I wouldn't constitute that, well, this support area as a triple bottom. I wouldn't like to say that. I actually think that there's too much liquidity down here, so the market will obviously try to come back and collect that. But let's say that it is a triple bottom, right? There's always a place that the market is stopping. You're probably like, man, the market is just stopping. Like, why is it just stopping there? Like, it gets hard to discern that, because it's like you see too much going on instead of just blocking out the distractions, 9 times, or the noise. This would be considered noise. If you look at it, this was like a high traffic area for the market to return to. You see how aggressive it tried to, and then as it started coming up here, it started pretty much rejecting. Now, I'm not saying that this is the start of a downtrend, but until we have price either come up to this area or break it, we have to treat everything in representation to this move right here, guys. We know the overall move was a downtrend from the weekly time frame, but since we have a strong candle on a higher time frame, a strong candlestick pattern, we do have to treat the rest of this market as if it's selling down. Now, we're clearly at a level of resistance right here. I don't know why I made that support. Now, let me just leave that like that. So we're clearly at a level of resistance here. You see some type of movement. The only thing that I would argue about with when it comes to like the dollar and stuff is that the dollar isn't open yet. So the DXY is still closed, guys. You know what I'm saying? So with that information, it's like the only thing we're relying on is Australian dollar. The DXY open, this thing sends it up, sends it down. You don't know what's going on, right? You're just confused. So you have to be patient for, again, a little bit more data. But as far as we saw the last move, unless price does look like it's trending down, we have to assume that from this point until we get a move back, that price is actually in a downtrend. Now, I actually like that I'm seeing this move right here, because if this thing does start selling below, we close below the 786. We didn't even touch it. That's good news to me, because what that tells me is that this trend is still strong to the downside, guys. But again, we still need to collect a little bit further data. We can't make an unconscious move because the dollar is not open. Let's see if it is open. There we go. I think it just opened up. Yep, just opened up an hour ago. I just opened up because it wasn't moving when we was doing this. The dollar just opened up, guys. So y'all see that the dollar just opened up. Well, it's about to open up. So 9 times out of 10, when it opens up, we'll have, not all the time, but since we're in Wednesday to Thursday, the dollar probably, or we'll have some news. So the next thing, well, let's finish doing AUD USD, right? Just in case it starts, you know how we get, guys. This thing start taking off on us and we're like, oh my gosh. So again, another form of consolidation, guys, right? That's what I wanted to show y'all. Now, if you see, this thing kind of looks like it's showing, and it probably is on the smaller time frame, like a downtrend movement, right? But you still treat this as consolidation, guys. Again, wherever the breakout is, that's where pretty much you're going to follow the trend. You just 9 times out of 10, you miss the impulse. So you got to wait for it to return. We don't know when that's going to be, but you have to wait for it to return, guys. If the breakout was to the upside or to the downside, guys. Now, this is just another form of consolidation. Oh, better yet, since we're sticking to it, why not stick to what we already been doing, guys, right? I like that. Trading triangle. Wow, it's funny how like the market is just gonna give us what we wanted to discuss. I literally thought this up. Well, no, I've been planning that I was gonna talk to you guys about this, right? But again, trading triangle, or what somebody would probably say, because they've seen this so often, they would probably say, Antoine, well, doesn't this look like a bullish flag pattern, like the actual flag pattern and not the pendant? Absolutely, guys. This does look like the flagpole that'll bring this market up, guys. But this is why you don't want to draw this stuff and say, oh man, this looks like this. You know what I'm saying? What you want is more data, guys. You want more data, because while you're over here like, that's a bullish flag, man, I'm about to buy right around here, guys, this thing starts tanking and you're like, okay, maybe it's just a fake out of the, then it's down here. All right, I can see that there's level of support there, and then it's down here. You know what I'm saying, guys? Like we have to make a decision based off of data unraveling itself. Now, I am, because we're at a level of resistance, I am more keen on the buy, but I do want to see what the dollar may do, because again, analysts and investors are believing that the dollar is still going to remain bullish. But we can use this information to say that, okay, Antoine, what's going to happen? Well, if it breaks down here, we really want it to be in up here, but if it breaks down here, what will probably happen is that we'll either have a position where price may try to come all the way back up here and then fall down, or somewhere in this spectrum. How you can do it, guys, is that where is the most liquidity? Well, we filled this liquidity in here. We filled this liquidity in here. How did we fill that? You have these wicks, pretty much the banks grabbing the money until you have like a solid close of a candle, guys. Now, if you look at this wick right here, right, there's nothing that closed like 50% of this wick. Well, how do you know it's 50%, Antoine? Well, let's look at this. If we were selling, I would like, if there's no aggressive push down, I would like for the market to return at least 50% of a wick. Oh my gosh, where does that wick line up with? Well, if we look at this as like a new level of resistance, that would be crazy if our entry was right here, right, guys? It'd be crazy if our entry was at 74,525. That would be crazy, right? It just wouldn't make sense if that happened, guys, right? If the market broke out and then decided to come right back up here, wow, man, that'd be crazy if that was our entry, right? Crazy. But does it make sense? Let me know if it makes sense to you guys. Does it make sense?
Run that by again.
So
if it broke to the,
if it broke down, right? If it broke down, now that might have confused people a little bit. We already have where liquidity has been collected, right? And how do you know that? Based off of like wicks or candle closes. You see price kept coming up here, pretty much trying to take out sellers here, but also grabbing money to gain momentum, because this is probably the bank doing this. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much ready to either do a Hail Mary to the upside or do a Hail Mary to the downside. Now, what you got to understand is that, okay, most people would be like, oh, break and retest. Antoine, it broke your zone already, right? So once I get the close, if this thing is still valid to the downside, I should probably look at this area, this general area, right? For me to start selling, right? That's what most people would think. Now, it could do that. It could very well respect that. But when I see these long ass wicks, guys, when I see these long, that's money. That's money. If I don't see another wick that came, like you see how for the instance here, a wick came within the percentage of this wick, right? It came from all the way down here, but let's look. 786 and bounced off. So unless I see a representation of something similar to it, like I would even, on this note, I would even take 382. Has this candle pushed high up to this wick? Based off of fibs, has it come at least 50% of this wick? Yes or no? Are y'all saying something? I might work for some reason. You can still put it in the chat, Destiny. But Larry, has price come up 50% of this wick yet?
Nope, not at all.
Absolutely not. Danger, danger. You know what I'm saying? Oh, snap. I have to pay attention, because what normally happens is that people see this and be like, oh yeah, I remember Antoine said this. Oh yeah, man, I'm about to take this sell, right? And they do wait for the retest. And that's good that they wait for the retest, but they wait for the wrong retest. They say, okay, if price breaks below and brings a bullish candle, what I normally am taught is break and retest. The banks notice about us, guys, right? They know we're taught break and retest, right? So you say, all right, it should return up to the zone in theory, right? Like the next candle should probably turn up to this zone, right? So, I mean, really, that literally exactly how we wanted it. That literally was the move. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. Price has yet to break below all this. I need it to break below all this, close like either equal to this outside of my triangle. For me, I will accept it being outside of my triangle. And I need to see what it's going to do next, because now I know that now that I have the break, I must have a retest. The retest is not where you think the break was. That's probably not where the break was. So you have to be, cognitive of this, guys, and understand that it may be higher, because if I look how we were looking just now, 45-minute time frame, really 30-minute, 45-minute time frame, I have yet to have a retest on this wick. And if we go back as far as the market and just look at wicks, the market has retested wicks like at least 38%. At least 38%. So I'm waiting for the 50% move. If not, the 618 move, you know what I'm saying? Which will probably be somewhere up here where there's still money left for the banks to capture. You see what I'm saying? So when we're looking at these moves, if we identify that there's some type of wick, one, I want you guys to start using this methodology. This is my own creation. Nobody taught me. But again, it's still from information that I learned, guys, that when you see a wick, like this, don't grab the whole candle, right? I feel like you'll manipulate yourself with that, right? Unless you're going to charge it to the game for 786 each time, which that wouldn't have been that bad. But just grab the wick when it's long like this, right? When it's long like this, see what percentage that it returned. Because again, all you're doing is waiting to see what percentage it return. Even though I want to enter here, it could spike up 100%. Does that mean that my trade is invalid? Because what tends to happen, guys, is that you guys enter in this trade, right? You'll enter right here and you'll get your sell, but then you'll put your phone down, do something else. Now you're in drawdown, right? You panic that you're in drawdown because you didn't do an analysis. Now you get out of what probably was a winning trade and you were only in drawdown like maybe like 10, 15 pips, if that. Enter in the opposite direction. The market crashes in the direction you were initially. You see what I'm saying, guys? That's why it's important to wait for this information. Wait for these closes of these candles. Wait for price to start showing you more, because again, as long as we're in consolidation, you can't say a damn thing of what the market is going to do. You know what I'm saying? Support structure right there. And if we break that, oh, we know we're clear. The only thing is is the momentum strong to the downside? For me, I do believe the momentum is strong to the downside. It's just about, whether we want to take this position or not. So, man, it's 8 o'clock already, guys. Where does time go, yo? Where does time go? I'm about to finish this up, guys. And create an analysis. So let me finish this up. Anybody got any questions so far? Or you're just like, bro, I'm here, but I was just watching. Anybody got any questions? Does everybody like at least understand some of this? Even if you're new, even if you're not, if you're someone like, I think I get, you know what I'm saying? Like, and if you don't, that's cool, guys. Just be open about it. Like, does this kind of make sense of everything that we're discussing so far? Okay, awesome, man. I only saw Larry. I know Larry's gonna get it, but for you other guys, is it making sense? If it's not, stay in the academy, stay plugged in, guys, because I'm telling you, even if it doesn't make sense right now, you'll be doing something on your own and being like, bro, I see a trading triangle. And then you'll use that information and make money and be like, how did I even do that? I'm telling you. I don't make these rules, guys. I just trade them. You know what I'm saying? So let's see.
I said something earlier, and I don't know if you heard it before, but what you were doing with the trading triangle, to some degree, is similar to what Manny was talking about the trend trap.
Got you. That's good. So, it's hard to call it now, guys. I rather wait for more information. But let's look at gold, because what I'm gonna do is probably create the analysis after we get on the call, and then for you guys that been on the call, just look out. There's no guarantee, but if I see the position, just look out. And when I say sell AUD, just go to your MT4 and sell it, and then worry about putting in the parameters. Don't be trying to, well, what is your, like, you can put that information as you modify it, guys. So for you guys, if we do get the sell, even if I do see that it might be buying up, whatever I say, just press the buy or sell button with your lot size, and then enter the parameters after I drop the chart. Because what I'm probably going to do is just say, hey man, if you was on the call, buy AUD market execution right now, I'm about to drop the parameters right after this. You know what I'm saying? Because the market is probably moving and I have to say it. If not, we're going to miss our entry, things like that, guys. So let's look at gold, right? Let's look at everybody's best friend. This definitely should be a woman's best friend, guys. Forget that diamond stuff. Gold is a woman's best friend if she's a trader, right? Everybody agree with that statement? You don't gotta agree with it. I'm not even gonna say nothing, yo. It has to be people, if you've ever been on my call. And I kind of want to see if you guys have been paying attention or can like just look at what's going on and formulate what may be going on in this market, guys, right? So tell me what you think gold has been doing. I mean, what do you think I identified in order to say that, yeah, I'm about to buy gold? Because I bought gold. Let me tell you guys my entry. I'll show you guys my entry, right? How do you guys think I determined that move? It's like one specific thing that I'm looking for people to say, but how do y'all think I determined that move?
Double doji.
Double doji. What? What's that? What's a double doji, man?
Something you hooked up, man.
I did whip that up, man. It's like I'm cooking it in the charts, yo. Chef on the charts, man. But bullish double doji, guys. Next time you can't answer that, Larry, because I wanted somebody else. If you already knew this, I don't want you answering this stuff. Give other people a chance. Not that you did anything wrong, but I want to see if other people's minds were the same place, guys. So look at this. What I'm gonna really have to go into the conditions for a double doji, because I think people are not understanding now. So I saw this form, I saw this wick, but I was like, I just wasn't convinced that price was done retesting. And I think this was during like New York session. So I knew news was just going to be like all over the place, throwing people off, right? So right here, this was our confirmation. And I said it like somewhere, I forgot what time frame I said it, guys, but I said, hey man, you know, gold is going to be bullish, guys, right? I'm expecting bullish momentum. This is for you guys that have definitely been on my call. Should have been like, well, what is Antoine saying? Okay, man, it looks like that bullish double doji thing that he be talking about. I still don't understand it all the way, but it kind of looks like that, yo. I see two dojis, or I see two areas where price is pretty much consolidating or not moving. Okay, let me see what time frame it is. Okay, 4-hour time frame. All right. Well, is there a retest? Even if you said, okay, let me see about this retest right here, like this retest right here. Even if you did that and said, I want to get in on this retest, that still would have been, just understand that that was the impulse for this retest to bring the market back up. Anywhere in this zone would have been straight. Let's see what percentage of this doji candle that the market returned to. So in this scenario, these were playing off the 382. You see that? So, you know, I guess when we have movements like this, price will play off the 382, you know, or unless it's crypto. So this is one of the movements where it's like, as long as I had my alert somewhere in this area, I could have taken this trade. Now, by the time you saw it, price probably started moving up, you know, things like that, guys. But still, even if you would have got in here, no fear, just understand that because I may not have the sweetest position, I may have to get out earlier compared to everybody else if I'm the type of trader that wants to hold it a little bit, you know, longer than everybody, because my position isn't guaranteed that it won't just come down on me. You know what I'm saying? Normally positions like this kind of guarantees that it won't come down on you for this time frame. So obviously this could take like 2-3 days, the entire week, and be bullish, and then Friday it just comes down. But when you don't really notice that, if you're like this high up, you're like, oh man, this thing keeps coming close to my entry and stuff like that. But you see, guys, basic stuff that we're establishing. Wealthy Vibes is creating its own freaking strategy. You know, shout out to Digital Goats because they're giving that strategy. But Wealthy Vibes, we're creating our own strategy, guys. I hope y'all understand that. This ain't going to be something that it's like, oh, well, because I know this, I could just trade anytime. I'm like, no, but when I spot it, oh, I remember Antoine talking about, he showed it to us live. You know what I'm saying? He showed us to it live. Last time we took a trade, it started buying up. You know what I mean? Like, be confident in what you're doing, guys. That's all it is. So as far as gold, as we know, because we're going to be bullish. Now, what I would do for you guys, if you do want to enter in this trade, say you do, right? I would just play the regular break and retest, guys, right? Or I would catch the impulse. If price broke even a little bit here and it just kind of drew back, I would probably enter 1957, you know, 424, 400. Let's keep it 400, guys. 1957, 400, guys, all right? So if you were looking to enter on this trade, or 1956, whatever you wanted to do, guys. If you were looking to enter in this trade, I would wait for the break all the way up, guys, all right? Now, it does look like it wants to start coming down, you know what I mean? But this is consolidation right here. I know how gold operates, especially around this time. This consolidation to throw people off may even bring like a small wick all the way down here. But again, guys, I'm all the way down here, so I don't have no fear of like what the market may do. And even if it does, I'm cool with it. You know, I'll just assess the market from there. But if you're looking to get in this trade, I would say wait for the break of 1856 800 or 1857 400. Find your entry from there, guys. I do believe the buy for gold is still valid to the upside. Let's check on AUD real quick. Can I make this up? Can I make this up, guys? Y'all not excited like I'm excited. Can I make this up, guys? Drop an 8 in the chat if you understand. If you don't, guys, we'll make sure you're straight, man. But overall, guys, you know, I'm looking at this to sell. You know, you want to break, you want the retest. Just to take the market on down, but nobody has any questions. Everybody's good. All hearts and mind are clear. So everybody got it. Everybody just about to make $1 million now. That's what's up. Hey, I like a classroom with no questions. You know what I'm saying? Unless I gotta explain. But all jokes aside, guys, I hope y'all found this valuable. I hope you guys can implement this into your own trading regimen. Again, when you identify it, that's when you use it. Don't try to create these. Well, let me see if I can find a triangle every time. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man, just if it looks like it's forming that, and it's normally that consolidation that isn't like straight as a rectangle, you know what I'm saying? That's what you're going to get, guys. So as you see, that really was our entry point. That's crazy. That really was our entry point, but I would rather wait for like a return up here. If you guys did enter, I know some people are a little bit more gun-ho. Just understand this is probably the break and the retest is going to come further up. If not, like back to this area, and then we'll figure it out from there, guys. So That's it, man. I hope you guys again found value, man. This will be on my YouTube, so obviously, guys, if one of your teammates wasn't able to view this, or you needed just a little bit more clarification, this will be on my YouTube. Just give me like a day or two to push it out. And yeah, just go from there, guys. Definitely like, comment, subscribe. When you're on there, pass along, and drop a comment, guys, saying that this is what I would like to see, or this completely sucked. Like, I'm open to the criticism, guys. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that everybody can't catch these calls and stuff, so I really want to put in the effort where you guys can go to a channel and be like, oh, okay, this is what they were talking about today, and not feel like y'all were left out. You know what I'm saying? So definitely support the merch when you guys can. I'm still looking to get a big order so I can just start kind of passing it to people. What I want to do is start anything that I produce as far as like my own merchandise. I want to start celebrating people, man. So definitely I want to do like a trader of the week, man. So definitely shout out to Miss Tori, man, because that's the trader of the week, guys. I mean, 2 stacks, like